morning, folks. Hope you're all well, keeping safe during this quarantine lockdown madness. We've got Jack Reacher Part 2, not the film Part 2, but looking at the best detective-y based bits from the first film. Okay, this is our look into the awareness of non-verbals and the detective practices towards problem solving and the rational approaches towards the process of information that you would have to go through in order to come to the solution that you would need to provide that crime solved status.
Hearing a 6-year-old daughter and family friends. She finally saved enough money for a trip to China. In fact, she should have left the week before. But the girl she cared for wanted Chrissy to stay for her 7th birthday. They'd gone downtown that day to shop for a party dress. Rita Coronado worked as a cleaning lady at the Rivercross Plaza. She was usually late for work, but she had a good reason. Since her son Marco
Emotion. Does that cloud your judgment? Does that cloud your process of this information and these details? Is that what it's designed to do in order to enshroud its purpose in mystery?
She was on her way to pick up the tickets that very afternoon. Nancy Holt's last words to her husband were a lie. She told him she was taking her car to be serviced, but in fact she was headed downtown. She told the clerk she didn't want the purchase showing up on her credit card. She wanted to surprise her husband for their 10th anniversary. Just a few days away.
Sweet sentiment, right?
Oline Archer never liked her husband's construction business, even after helping him become one of the largest contractors in the county. So it came as a relief when his failing health and Anacossi lawsuit were forcing them to sell to the competition. Her husband had given his life for the company, but now that it was hers, she couldn't bring herself to let it go. She was on her way to secure a loan that day, so she could keep the business she'd always hated.
Setting the scene, right? So you have to ask yourself that as the detective in this scenario, again, tactical empathy, again, and understanding. I draw the difference between the two in terms of empathy and compassion, because empathy is by and large from a feelings-based understanding. My spectrum isn't that big, so I come at the approach from a compassionate level of understanding. I can understand another person's prospect or point of view really in depth, but for me to be in their shoes, in my rational understanding of that, would still be me in their shoes. So that's not a true understanding, right? So in terms of this scene, we are seeing the way Attorney Roden has had her understanding of the details clouded by her emotional qualities, directly juxtaposed against Reacher's reasoning that you'll see shortly.
His wife said he'd grown increasingly distant lately. She can't remember their last words to one another, but they weren't kind. Darren's body was found beside a fresh bouquet of roses he bought that morning, and his wife takes comfort in the fact that in his last moments, he was most likely thinking of her.
Tough to imagine what you do in that scenario. Freeze, fight, or flight, right? I mean, for my 2 pence, I'd be straight in the water.
So what'd you learn?
You want me to say you were right? You want me to say that this isn't a fight? James Barr should die. Maybe you should.
I meant what you learned about the victims.
What more do you want? They were 5 innocent people senselessly murdered. I'm sorry, could you please put a shirt on?
and again, I talk about the juxtaposition in terms of rational versus emotional processing of information. She sees this lifestyle as weird purely because she has her own lifestyle. She can't gauge with that compassionate level of understanding to see truth, as in individual truth, from their own positional differences, right?
What was I saying?
5 innocent people.
Murdered at random, yes.
You know how many people die in this country every year? 2.5 million. That means every day, roughly 7,000 average Americans wake up for the last time. Last Friday, 5 of them converged on a single spot and died together. Is that random?
What else would you call it?
Or take Darren and Nancy. Odds are they were having an affair.
Excuse me?
You don't buy roses for your wife on the way to work. You buy them on the way home. And you don't worry about a charge showing up on your credit card when your anniversary is that weekend. Unless it's the gift you're hiding. That's why she kept walking. Well, everyone else ran.
You can't prove that.
How hard would it be? Cell phones, emails.
The only explanation that explains all of the facts. How hard would it be, right? They have the type of roles that they can obtain that type of information. I'm sure it would show up. The explanation of that rational understanding. If you're going to provide flowers for your wife, or loved one, wife in this scenario, based upon having a row with her that morning, then why would you buy them initially to have to carry them around with you all day? They may become damaged. Their health, the flower's health, may be weakened by the fact that they've not gone into water to save the delight of the purchase for as long as it was intended. And in terms of a simple observation of a monthly statement, why would you buy a watch and worry about it being worry about it showing up on your credit card statement when you're not going to get a statement before that weekend comes in? Valid explanation of all of the facts. And this is another jaunt in towards inductive reasoning. The fact that he says most likely they are having an affair. That's the most likely. The statistical anomalies align under that explanation, right?
A murder? Someone tried to make it look like he left town.
Well, maybe he just left town.
Bag your shower curtain when you travel.
Is this what you base your conclusions on?
Inductive
What is
reasoning?
that on your head?
You
Said on the phone you wanted to submit your findings.
Jeff Barr's a sniper. It's not the best, not the worst. But he trained non-stop for 2 years. What does training like that do?
What does any training do? Skills become reflex, muscle memory. You do without thinking.
It also makes people who aren't necessarily smart seem smart by beating some tactical awareness in them. Now, 99% of the evidence your father has against Barr didn't exist in Baghdad, not because Barr was smart, but because he was trained. See, from that garage, Shear had the sun in his eyes. Targets are moving left and right. It's difficult conditions for any sniper.
But Baghdad, you said Barr is in a parking garage then?
Because in Baghdad, the sun's behind him. Targets coming straight ahead, single file. Ideal conditions for
I love this scene, breaking down exactly how the two people have perceived the same bits of information from different standpoints.
Up there, you would never even have to get out of the van. No parking meter, no camera, no trace evidence left behind, and his escape is assured. Now, I'm not saying that he couldn't have killed those people at the river, but he wouldn't have. Not that way.
So you're saying he's crazy?
No.
Well, what exactly are you saying?
Any single piece of evidence, I'd buy. But all of it? Fibers, fingerprints, stray brass, and who the hell pays for parking?
Hoofbeats,
Insane or crazy?
right? Not a zebra.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so Barr caught and he wanted you to catch him.
That would not explain how Barr, an average shooter firing in poor conditions, never missed.
He did miss. He did.
Pristine bullet. tie Barr's gun to the killings. And arguably the prosecution's single most important.
The pretty bow that goes on it all, right?
He didn't miss. Either way, it doesn't make sense. If he wanted to get away with it, he likely would have. And if he wanted to get caught, Barr was incapable of such perfection.
Or maybe he just got lucky 6 shots out of 6.
That's what I was willing to accept. Then those guys took a run at me.
So what you've got here, if you look at it from Roden's perspective, they have a number of pieces of evidence that point in the direction of James Barr, and the explanation is, well, it could be this, could be this, could be this, right? Whereas you look at it from Reacher's perspective, he's got everything, every single piece of evidence under the one explanation. That's not twisting facts to suit theories, that's twisting a theory to suit all of the facts, right? So he's got that understanding to make sure that everything can be explained within that one elemental aspect.
Whoever sent it made a mistake.
It was just a bar fight.
Maybe. Or maybe someone got nervous trying to run me off. Put me in a coma. Right next to their Patsy.
Patsy.
Such a great crime scene. No one's starting to think it might be too great. Not Emerson, not your father, not even Barr's own defense attorney. But Barr knew I would. No matter how much I wanted it to be true.
No matter how much I wanted it to be true, right? So even then, with the little voice inside of his head, those emotional qualities going, it's this, it's this, it's this. The detective qualities are so overriding in the way that he deals with this information and these details to come to that one singular truth that encompasses every single aspect, right? It's the same way as when you're reading a person for the sake of understanding what they do for a living, or their likes, their dislikes, their hobbies, their interests, these observations that you make in terms of steel toe cap boots, rough skin, sun-drenched skin, hard-wearing trousers. Now, is this somebody who has hobby-based clothes, or is this somebody who does this for a job, right? So there's two explanations. You could explain away those observations that you've made, but you're looking for that one overdeveloped cluster of observations that points towards that one angle, which Reacher has, Roden doesn't.
That's why he asked for me.
Wait. You suggesting
James Barr is innocent. Second thought, I'd like to kill you. Would say winner take all. Listen to me, you prick. I will kill this bitch if you're not here in 1 minute. Shit. You think I'm a hero? I am not a hero. I'm a drifter with nothing to lose. You killed that girl to put me in a frame. I mean to beat you to death and drink your blood from a boot. Now this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna give me the address, and I'll be along when I am damn good and ready. And if she doesn't answer the phone when I call this number, if I even think you've heard her, I disappear. And if you're smart, that scares you. Because I'm in your blind spot, and I have nothing better to do.
You got a pen?
Don't need one.
Now you ask yourself, right, if you've ever experienced a time where you are that angry, or experiencing some sort of emotion that's up here more than normal, could you still take in those details that you need, right? right? That's a definition of his mindset, of that operator awareness level that he's taken to engage with every single piece of information that he's got, that he needs, that he has to process, that he uses as a vehicle to get from A to B, right? Can you keep all those details in there, right? You see, but you do not observe. How much do we miss on a day-to-day basis? It's everywhere. What song's been playing in the background this whole time as part of My Neighbours, right? Can you recall, other than this one? It was there. Were you engaged in the video? Were you engaged in my explanation, or were you observing all of the details? Okay, so that's part of this understanding here, and I love the explanation that he gives in terms of, listen, my emotional qualities are not antagonistic. I'm a drifter with nothing better to do. You heard it. I'm a ghost. What difference does it make to me? It's definitely an angle that he's working, but in terms of having the quote-unquote bad guy realise that and understand that, you know, we phoned the leg store and you've got nothing to stand on. Here it is. It's just a great film. Great film. I'm gonna break down some of the detective scenes from the second one for you. Stay tuned for some more House, as well, some House coming up, but I've got several planned. Some more of The Mentalist and some more Lie to Me coming soon as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video below, and I hope you all have a great day.